Well, good afternoon. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wee bit of VCommon stuff, I'm calling it. I might just have a couple of games on this stream. My plan is to come on online later on. Maybe do a wee bit of the old co-op to see what I can get going there. Not having much joy with co-op. Played a bit last night. Got the victory that gets you the agent spin, but after that it was just a lot of 3v1s. And if you're on the 3, basically the guy on the 1 has got teammates and he just asks for the ball from them, and it can be a bit of a piss take. It's something they probably need to look at, without shadow of a doubt, because that is an exploit, quite frankly. Because dudes like that are therefore able to rack up the GP, the special trainers in this current campaign, no problem at all. It's just not right. Probably talk to a couple of other things that have come to my attention over the last 24 hours or so. I suppose I will start with some slightly more light-hearted with regards to somebody like Shaw, who I believe managed to get himself in a nice tidy wee position in that Pez League that should get him a couple of scouts, so that's pretty sweet, mate. Also see you managed to get yourself a couple of Eastern blockers on there on the books through scout acquisitions, so seems like that squad of yours is expanding, a little bit more options. It'll be interesting to see how that all develops. One of the players I think is definitely worth watching is Shaw, along with just his general comment. Very easygoing dude, likeable, and his streams are good as well. He's a higher skilled, higher ranked player than me. I can see it in his game, and it's like, I actually played him a couple of friendlies very early doors and they beat me. I believe I was using manual passing, so I might have to revisit that with you, Shaw. Maybe we could do a wee themed squads face off, so it's a case of me probably having to therefore operate within a certain rule set in the interest of fairness. Not that for a second I'm suggesting I'd smash you or anything, but I reckon something like that might be a bit of fun. But what is also fun is tunes. So I'm going to stick something on. And this one in particular goes out to, how should we call them? The fringe lunatics that exist within certain Pez communities, shall we say. Just moronic views, clearly the views of people who don't play this game anymore, and then try and claim some expertise, not only over the product, but claiming expertise on football itself, which is fine. They may well do. What they don't have necessarily is greater knowledge and experience than me or others who play these games. We are aware fully of shortcomings, issues, things that need looked at, but that doesn't mean to say we don't know how to fucking play football. Do you know what I mean? Or we don't know what to look for in football, or how to identify what is good football and realistic football. Compromises are made with these games, folks. That's the absolute simple fact of the matter. There is no disputing that. Pez will make compromises, as does FIFA. They just do. They're games built for 10 to 15 minute long matches. That's the very foundation in which these games are programmed. So there are things that are going to be a wee bit counter to reality, and some of those things as well are. I am willing to speculate. I say this based on no knowledge as such, but some of them are design choices. It's in the interests of flow. It's in the interests of other factors which go beyond the sport. Just like a fucking FPS will let you get shot 4 times before you die. Do you know what I mean? License exists in these games. It has to. There is a requirement to strike some kind of balance. But, like so many other things, it takes a wee while just to work some shit out. And where some things get attention and others don't, or things might get overlooked, it's not always the case that there's a lack of an awareness. It's just like, how does this work best with what we've got? So I would say something like positional issues. I do genuinely think that with the player switching and defensive mechanics being as they are, which I believe encourages more in the way of positional management, therefore positional placement of certain players in the pitch and in certain phases of play is more about, there might be space, but it's also to allow for things, and maybe it is a way to try and shore up some limitations within the code. That therefore means it's not the perfect football game. Nothing ever really has been. What I can say about PES 2018 and a personal experience this year is it's proved a lot of fun. Fun does not mean arcade. Fun is what I felt when I used to go out and play football a hell of a lot. Don't play as much now, but even when I do, even if I just have a day off at work and the weather's nice outside, I can jump outside to the fields there and I'll happily just keep myself entertained with the ball for a good hour or so, just messing about. It's fun. Football is meant to be fun. It's competitive, but it's fun. A lot of that I just wanted to speak to because I think it does get missed in a lot of discussion. And you know what I would say in addition to that is absolutely that. Sorry, I'm just getting this link sorted here, and I've lost my train of thought a wee bit. But you know, football is a fun sport. Football is also a sport that I think some of these, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to use the term, elitist clowns out there in these communities fail to realise, because I believe that a lot of them may well be armchair fans of the sport. They haven't exposed themselves enough to running about and just kicking the ball about in the fucking street or whatever. So what they do is they sit there and they watch their Super Sundays and think that is football in its entirety. That's bullshit. I think also some people, some players of these games, the biggest critics, simply don't play enough of it, simply don't have a grasp of the simplicity of the sport at all. Like, at all. They just fail to realise that because they watch it on TV and they think this stuff is the reserve of super athletes only. That also is utter bullshit. So yeah, just wanted to kind of speak very briefly on that. Apologies, I am still currently in the process of just getting the link up in a couple of places I want it to be. But there was a wee example there. We have a bit of a lunatic commenting on those boards that I do find myself commenting on as well, which might I say before I go any further, commenting is a very large there's a huge contrast there, I'll say, between that which I experience in one community and that which I experience in another. Now the irony is, the one in which people are exchanging thoughts on the game, their experiences on the game, and who are playing the game, are actually seasoned players of this franchise and football games in general. But if I go over onto the other community I frequent, and will be looking to make further contributions to, they will try and suggest to me that me and others like me don't know what we're talking about when it comes to football, and don't know what we're talking about when it comes to football video games. They have this militant type view on things that is highly intolerant, and their go-to constantly, and I mean fucking constantly, is that you clearly don't know football. Again, bullshit. Utter bullshit in the extreme. It's tinfoil hat Looney Tunes stuff, because that's all thrown in with comments on fucking God knows about what conspiracies they think Konami are coming up with. Now there is, you see, the thing is, they jump so fucking far off the deep end that they can't actually focus on that which is probably up for debate and question maybe when it comes to certain practices, which aren't exclusive to Konami, I might say, but these are the games this is the game I'm playing, so this is where I see it. And I don't necessarily, and I think it is a little bit of the turning of the screw that can happen in this game. I also think that they need to get the balance right on so much with regards to free to play and everything. Ultimately, yes, if PES Lite is out there and they want people to play it, there probably is a desire for them to say, we would like people to spend money. I just don't think there's much. I think there needs to be better incentives to do that, quite frankly. I also think pricing could be looked at. And it's just a collection of things that I think could be certainly reassessed. There is obviously success being had with this mode for Konami, and that's that's how they've got that success. Where that's coming from is again something that's up for debate to some degree. But what won't be tolerated, or certainly what I don't need to tolerate if I'm going to be engaging in any kind of discussions, is just some utter horseshit about how if somebody likes the game, they are therefore a Konami shill. Because as I've said in another community, what they're looking for then, if they're talking about representation or whatever, they're looking for their own shill. They're looking for a shill. There's no two ways about it. Their intolerance of others is such that the only view they will accept is one that strictly adheres to their own, completely and utterly. Any sign of saying, well, actually, this might be all right. Well, do you know what? That's not all true, but maybe, because I feel this, that, next thing. No. That makes you, therefore, a Konami shill, according to some folks. It's madness. It's fucking lunacy. So, with that, I'm going to play a tune that goes out to those dudes. It wasn't that one. Because that's just what it's like, innit, guys? That's what it is. It's just like basketball. So let's get on to it. This is a top player medium match. I've set up 4-4-2 with a kind of development-ish squad. Not really particularly themed for this one. Decent wee spread of players there. A couple of bronzers in there, a couple of goldies. And well, I've got De Gea in goal. I feel I need that. So let's kick off. So this is Basketball by Curtis Blow. First game of the day, so I'm fully expecting to be pretty rusty and to have my complaints.
It's great to be here. The action has already started.
Giving the Mina a wee run out here. Yeah, mate. I'll try and get out to one of my favourite players at the moment, Maximiliano Metzer. And that's why I like him, folks. Oof. Just get a nice, I don't know, just like his stride, his movements. Kind of has that kind of, I think I said in the previous stream, has this kind of sensation of weight to his movement, which is very similar to how I feel with Yarmolenko at times. Galabinov in there already. In there again. Pest on there. So I'm giving Galabinov a run out, although I have to say my current favourite target man to use is Andrea Petagna of Atalanta. Let's see if we can try something here. Oof. Tried a quick snapshot there with Galabinov. He's probably not got the technique to kind of catch it right in that angle. I'm a bit worried about Douglas Costa and stuff.
Loose, who's getting there?
Ambitious there from Galabinov again. Maybe more mindful of Galabinov's skill set sometimes. Him losing. He got the recovery on him. Ooh, corner. You know, that was a strange defensive header, but here's Yarny. And Galabinov's going to catch this. Absolute cart horse. Just need to hold it up then. Alejandro Gomez. Out to Yarny. This is where Yarmolenko can be dangerous. Ooh. Just aiming low into the corner there. Probably should have just had a bit more blitter of it. Try to get a bit more airtime on that.
Douglas Costa. Just scored this one.
But yeah, I just felt as though it was our first few minutes here. I just wanted to talk to a few things. There is contrast. You know, this is what happens when you're I'm not, I think the best way to put it is I'm not trying to big myself up here, but I might call myself the Pez casual in some places. I ain't no fucking casual player. That name was purposely chosen to wind certain fuckers up, and it does its job perfectly. Because what they do is they just end up proving my point. What a goal! Low strike from outside the area, apparently impossible. Yeah, I guess there is a wee bit of kind of edge to this game. Sort of call out stuff as it happens. But I was told that can't happen. I was told I can't do that on command. It's impossible in PES 2018. And there we go again. And if we have a wee look at that, ball leaves the ground a wee bit and also trundles in. Also told that can't happen.
Deadlock broken. It's 1-0. Yeah, and they know
honestly, some of the comments made in this game, and these are people who call one of these fucking clowns referred to himself as a power user. A power user. And he's trying to tell me what can and can't happen in this fucking game. He actually believes, and this is no word of a lie, he thinks he should be fucking called in by Konami to fucking advise on the game. And no, it's not Matt, by the way. Matt is someone who I've actually been in touch with. I'm still waiting to hear back from him. I think Matt, being the kind of guy he is, I'd probably expect some kind of response. I don't, I'm not pining for a response, but I've put a kind of a proposition of sorts forward to him. And I have to say, I think there is a couple others whom I would actually quite like to get on board with some WNB stuff as well. It's all about their own time, all about their own, whether they would like to get involved in that degree. But yeah, I've got some names in mind. The unfortunate thing is though, there ain't a hell of a lot of that, a lot to consider when it comes to the WNB boards, because there is a loud little rabble on there who, and I'm going to touch on this, condone threatening behaviour, like actual threats on individuals, as well as intimidation, off the back of discussion on a football game. There are others who will evoke racism when it comes to certain individuals who work on the game, and when they get called out on it, they backtrack and say, oh no, well, they don't, they contradict themselves. Because what they do is they follow up initially saying, I worded it that way because I knew this guy was going to come in and say X, Y and Z. That wasn't me who done it, by the way, it was somebody else who picked up on it. But then he comes back and says, oh no, actually I regret it. Your arse, you just regret getting caught, pal. That's all you regret. But there's part of me that wants me to keep, you know, would like to see these clowns hang around. Just so that they can, you know, the more and more they say, the more and more they can get proved wrong, and the more and more they might just fade into the background. Or, ideally, they adapt. That doesn't mean they like the game then, it means they adapt. They appreciate they don't know it all, they have no fucking higher learning over others, they just ain't playing the game as much, they don't have the insight, they have what they want in football games, which is fine, but certain comments about the product as it is just now are just kind of off limits to them. They can't be taken seriously on them because they get proved wrong time and time again. And when they get proved wrong, they don't admit to being proved wrong, they shift the goalposts. Because it's all they've got, they can't be wrong. I think there's a podcast I was listening to, maybe a Joe Rogan one actually. One of his guests is saying it's actually good to be wrong. And I would like to apply that to myself. Unfortunately, there ain't a great deal that I'm fucking getting that I have to, that can take from a lot of these very, very loud voices in certain areas. Very difficult to take them seriously. Very difficult to find myself in that situation where I go, you know, I've been proved wrong on something. This doesn't happen. So I think with this one, left footer and Yarmy, and we'll try run, dash and hold again. See if I can get any joy out of this. Oh, get Galabino on the end there. Nice. Well, scrappy one, they all count. It's recom, I need the GP, I'll take it. Well done, big man. This, of course, is I Wish by Skilo. Keeper's balls that up completely for him. Should have had a closer look at that dashing there. Boy, there you can see it there actually. A couple of players moving in, a couple of players sitting at the edge of the box. There's actually some defensive merits to that free kick because you're not just pulling everybody forward, so that ball doesn't reach the kind of targets making the run. You've got those sitting there ready just to put a little bit more, you know, at the very least, an obstacle in the way of any attempted clearances. But of course, ideally, it drops to them, they can have a strike at goal. This is White Lines by Grandmaster Flash and Melly Mel. One of my favourite hip hop tracks of all time. And probably something that I could say, you know what, guys, some of those some of the wee loonies out there. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Forward it goes. The substitution could be coming up pretty soon.
Guido Pizarro there. I'm liking him. Oh, here he comes. Oof. Not getting any. He's got great finishing skills, but he's in and about it there. So is this an Arsenal team designed to defeat? Well, we're going to make a change or two anyway. I think the great one needs to come off. Get Britannia on. Who else? Metzer for Rojas. Or how about this? Get this. Oh, I just love. I do. I talk about him all the time in my streams, but Ignacio Fernandez is a wonderful midfielder in this. Beautiful left foot. Nice dribble style and stuff. Ain't got the... Oh, there's Gallagher. Been off there. We want to sign off with a goal. Liking Luis Gustavo as well. Left-footed defensive mid. Oh! There's Papu having a wee acrobatic effort there. Galabinov and Luis Gustavo working well and not far away at all from Papu Gomez. So I get Petagna on now just for a final few minutes, and you know what, this game is not over yet. They get an equaliser, I could be under the cosh a little bit. I'm just trying to... Where have I made the changes here? I might do a little tactical formation change up here. Oh. Nope. He's guilty of trying to pick placement in a shot before hitting the shoot button itself there. A little annoying in animation, that, to be honest with you. Petagna trying to play through them there almost for a laugh. Tell you what though, see Luis Gustavo, he is, I mean, I've got him playing centre defence there, and you've seen what he was capable of doing when he gets to support the play, and you do manually sort of try to pull him up the park. He's just got that composure, because he's a natural defensive midfielder, but he only drops, well, he's got an 81 proficiency at the team in centre back as well, which is a nice, there we go. Thought I was going to be able to leather one in there. Ignacio to seal the deal. As Papa Large by Cool Keith comes on. That's a tune. Hopeful balls into the box here and throwing it up. So a wee 2-0 against top player medium. Can't complain. It wasn't the strongest top player medium side. Like Tim delighted with the result there. Look at highlights. I mean, I really like Metzer. He was actually recently in the, well, let's just say the Argentinian squad that flattered to deceive somewhat in the recent international break. Something I might talk to actually, might talk about. They are a nation, a footballing nation, and followed quite closely through the years. Similar to Brazil. I think I've said in previous streams, my interest, although a Scotsman, my interests in the sport tend to be with the Latin game. Have my reasons for that. As we see the Saul finish again. Nice pick. Galabinov goal here. Oh, bit messy. And again, see that goal? Maybe a wee bit glitchy to some degree. See that defender running across the keeper's view? That impacts the keeper. It will impact the keeper in this game. Like sometimes I'll get a hand to it and it won't be the perfect save and stuff, but it has an impact.
On the microphone, I'm Papa Large, bitch out on the East Coast. I'm Papa Large, bitch out on the East Coast. I'm Papa Large, bitch out on the East Coast.
And this is Cold Beats by Krushik and Percy P. Some fucking amazing turntable skills on this one. Mixing skills. So what Pitanya brings you is a little bit of pace for the target man, and he's left-footed. As I've said previously, no special skills, just has the target man playing style, but just has a decent mix, a decent blending in stats, and so far as development goes, he'll develop into 85 plus rated centre forward. I reckon that could prove an absolute weapon over time. And I've centred a lot of my play on VCOM just now, more to do with contractual stuff. I don't like venturing online when I'm just really operating on that limit where it's like I'm just piecing together sides. I like to be able in a situation where I can pick the side I like to use online and just see what happens, come what may. So let's have a look at stats here. Now, there we go. One foul. It should be more. It has to be more. I would like to see more, certainly in a VAI capacity, without shadow of a doubt. One of the guys on WMB was saying it's often zero. I don't go along with often zero. It certainly can be zero. But I don't think zero is the rule. But what also isn't the rule is a decent foul count consistently. So again, although this is a Dude Miguel who, to be fair, does look to contribute, some points of conversation. I've wound him up a wee bit over the last week or so, it would seem, that you know what I mean. I think the guy's sound enough, but he was mentioning about fouls. He actually pulled up some stats and stuff, and I think that's all fair enough, to be honest with you. I think there is value to that, but again, it's just, you've got to be conscious of the base. What is the base these games operate from? And it's a 10 to 15 minute match. No levelling up. A handy 2,400. Throwaway scout. 10 matches left. I shouldn't have any issues getting the VCOM pass. And I guess I need to make that my focus just now. So De Gea, out of contract. As you can see, I've not got a lot of GP here. I could renew, but it's going to cost me like 3.5 or something like that. I'm still going to do that, you know. It's not. So I can shuffle him out. And is it Trap I could maybe bring in then? Should I do a renewal on hits? I think I will. Silver level keeper. Maybe get him some game time actually. It's a silver level keeper who I've done a wee bit of levelling up on. Got him up to an 80. It's just good, you know what I mean? Get a silver level keeper who's good enough. He can bring down the team strength down, which you might think, well, surely you don't want that. Well, it's team strength's weird, I think. And that does allow some flexibility, I think, in bringing in a black ball forward or an alternate type of forward, which I'm going to do here. I'm going to bring in Super Mario. Now I've got him levelled up a wee bit, This will be his first game since he's went up to an 86 for me. Now the temptation here is to actually go two centre forwards, Mandzukic on that side, Petagna as the target man. That's a big forward line, but I'm tempted to do so. Gomez had a decent game there, 5 matches left in him. So this is At the Helm by Hieroglyphics, who featured that dude, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Who else could I afford here? I talk about him a lot, so I want to get Marcos Acuna back in the fold here. What that means is that I could actually go with Nectar on the other side and drop the inverse. Just have a right footer on the right side, left footer on the left. Right, I'm going to give him a contract renewal. If I can afford it, I can just. So I'm operating on the just above the fucking line here. But a decent performance in that last match. I don't know if making these changes is going to fuck it all up, but I feel confident enough. Little squad update. A couple of GP spins I had on that Champions League agent, and I landed 2 goals, which was quite surprising. So that was away from the free spins, obviously. Just working up 10,000 GP and doing spin. So Daniele Regani's in the squad now. Italian centre back. Quite happy with that acquisition. He develops into a monster of a centre back, and he's one of these ones with no playing style. And I'm finding that centre backs with no playing style are actually pretty good, because Kimpembe's the same as is who else do I normally play? Not Diego Carlos. God, what's his name? Upamecano. Elsewhere, acquisitions. Well, the other gold baller was Daniel Carvajal, and on my free spin, the only one I kept, I think, was apart from Pizarro, was this guy Nacho. Now I look at that and I see his speed and I'm like, would it be madness to just get rid of him? But I'm going to be honest with you folks, I'm tempted to. I can't keep doing this, you know. It's great getting some level 1 players, but I just don't know if I want level 1. If I'm going to get level 1, I want level 1 silver baller who fits the system, or certainly in the case if we're looking at legends or agent spins for winning, just a black ball player who can just be there, be lower rated, and and if it's someone who I'm not overly fussed about getting leveled right up, at least I know I'm getting a dependable player, albeit a costly one. So that's a quick shuffle there. So got a couple of options here. I can do top player medium again, or dip into the offline challenge where I think I'm going to be facing a top player. Or am I? No, I got knocked out last night, didn't I? Top player medium it is. I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause this particular playlist and stick on another one. What do I have? Yeah, I like this one. So this is just a whole mumble jumble of things that I'm fairly happy to just let play out, I think. I'll try and name the tunes as I go again. And this first tune that's coming up is called No Love Lost by Joy Division. It's not my favourite version of it. My favourite version of it is actually a demo, a rehearsal version of it. But the actual recorded version is still a fucking belter of a tune. So having a look at this squad again, they're not really, can never speak to it soon, but always get Kimmich. I kind of want Kimmich. I've got this Satchio. He's playing Hervey up front, Hazard and Sterling in either flank, and a largely default shiter bench. But it is here, unfortunately, that some of this game's annoyances can come through when you're playing against squads who you look at and go, yeah, you know, I should be on paper. I might not see it too much in top player here, to be fair, but you do see it in Superstar, and you're just like, yeah, this is kind of bullshit. This ain't fair. I think I'm kind of happy with that just now. I'll see how it goes with a little enlarge up top. Acuna just tucking him a wee bit further back than Metza, who might actually advance a little bit more. Who's he going to be? Well, it'll be Hazard. So what I'll do is just to account for the fact that he's got some tidy wingers, a couple of tidy wingers in play there. Get the wing backs in. Get the wing back strategy, defensive full backs, hopefully hold position. Might concede, I do say this a lot, but I might concede a lot when it comes to them building up, but I do like to play as tight a defensive game as possible, even if that means the defending itself sometimes can be a little bit on the side of oh shit, you know, kind of last gasp Scotland type defending. But there we go. What I'll also do is I'm going to stick Papu give Papu a wee marking job on Dyer, just to be a bit of a nuisance, maybe disrupt his distribution if play were to find its way through him. I would actually set it there, did I? Mong. Right. Oh, quick lit glimpse. I should probably be careful here. Right, so 4-2-2-2. In that last match, I was ready to make the switch there to see it out by moving to a 5. This is Garitano, who I believe is the Leganés manager. And the reason I make that change there is Acuna and his defensive capability. Now, if you look at it, between him and Metza, there ain't a great deal of difference. And that's the beauty of it. You know, when I'm looking at them as both wide midfielders operating in a 4-4-2, there is not huge difference there, just with regards to the readout. Look at that. But Acuna has got a secondary capability to play centre midfield, and it seems as though he's just maybe got more of the skills. It would mean that in that sort of 5 at the back, he'd probably be able to handle himself alright. Similarly, Pizarro, and then looking at the defensive line, it's the case of me dropping back Saul into that kind of central centre-back slot in the 5, moving out the left-footed Luis Gustavo on the left side, right-footed Mina on the right, and my 2 defensive full-backs. I can actually use this formation as an attack-minded formation. It is possible, even in its defensive guys. I've certainly nodded to it a little bit here, because by default those 2 centre midfielders would be DMFs. The game being as it is, you can make changes. I can make that change for them to be centre midfielders. I just feel as though, yeah, I could rely on the types of centre midfielders that they would prove to be along with the back line to kind of handle things. But where the attacking potential comes from can be in what Metza and Gomez can offer in regards to firepower are supplying the artillery, as it were, for Mandzukic, who, as a lone striker, can function perfectly well. And even, chasing again, you can still use this defensive setup just to try and shore it up, keep it as tight as you can at the back, while trying to push for a goal, and that would involve therefore setting these dudes here as getting attacking full backs in play, and also applying false wingers. Now, applying false wingers, it does describe it as naturally that you would see these fullbacks overlap, but giving them that instruction because of defensive fullbacks, you should therefore see that overlapping being far more prevalent naturally without me instructing it. But we're going to go with that formation 1. Formation 3 is a mess. I would need to tidy it all up, but that would be me chasing a goal. Might not look like a dramatic change, but a couple of tweaks there, and it would be a far more greater attacking emphasis. But I'm ready, so let's kick off and let's put a tune on. This is No Love Lost by Joy Division.
Hello and a warm welcome to everyone across the globe. We should be underway very shortly. The players will be with us any time now. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beggar. Well,
so an away fixture here.
More than ready to get going here.
And it's pissing the rain. And I have to say, rain impacts my game. This.
A slalom-like dribbler who's afforded a certain amount of freedom to stray where he wishes. And he's also a more consistent finisher. The sharpest in terms of the box.
He'll be looking for a goal or two.
Feel for the ball here, eh? Gustavo overlaps like a madman here. Should probably keep my eye on that.
He's wondering who wants it.
Nah, picked the wrong pass there. Oh, that'll do it. I think it goes. Oh, nice footballish. A little bit. All over the shot, really. And Big Tim takes no nonsense, just collects. And Cam carry home. Not going to hold up. What a tune! What a band! This has been a little bit. Got my concerns. Might not seem evident in watching, but not concerns that the Tom's going to do dickhead manoeuvres as such, just a shape thing. Wee sense of isolation up there with my creators outlets on either side and the forward line. But this time, not used Mandzukic for a while. I'm just wondering if he would actually in fact operate better with a target man as opposed to a support striker. Oh, there we go, there's that. Oh, good tackle. Good block.
Really was just waiting to pounce on any slip or Sam. He was gifted a chance.
Oh yeah, bit of the Stooges down on the street. Right, come on.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that.
A bit silly maybe, but we'll try it. Yeah, they've got a wee bit of interest in Mario, haven't they? 3 on him there. Midfield getting played for a little bit easier than I wanted. There we go, this will do. Come on. Cunha, what's he doing on that side? Fuck my position. You know what I have? What's going on here? Is that just from the corner? No, I have actually made a legitimate positional mistake there. Fool. But I definitely need to get some contracts sorted out with this squad. Certainly with the guys who would like to take online. I'd probably do more streams than much I go online. Be braver. And it would be survival I think I'd be playing for as opposed to promotion. From Division 5. There's a nasty kick there. So a less than satisfying first half there. Felt a little bit too easily pegged back. Struggled to kind of create in quite the same way as I did in the previous fixture. I am going to make changes here.
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers.
I feel Gomez,
I think the service has been extremely poor.
although good, and as much as I love him, has frustrated me. But is it enough to bring him off? Should it indeed be Metza? The temptation is there. It's not because I think Metza's played particularly poorly. I think the whole, this whole attacking thing is the lot. Right, okay. If I do that, I could still keep Metza on. Maybe sacrifice Acuna. What that also sacrifices though is his physicality for Metza's, but I think it might be worth it. Metza's a bigger lad, maybe a bit stronger on the ball, and the circumstances I'm in at the moment where I'm not breaking out good enough. And yes, of course, Patania will get a little bit of game time here as well. 2 subs left, still got Diaguito on the bench, Nedelko on the bench, Fernandez on the bench. Bicilio can come on and just play in either of those fullback positions, and it's good to see Rogani on form as well. Maybe that's something for consideration. Does that improve team spirit? It does indeed. So I'm going to make that change as well. Doesn't have the pace, Amina. And this is Cherry Lips by the Archie Bronson outfit. Mario maybe just try to warm up again. Big Tim, he's such a baller, man. Colossus at right back. And I do have another one on the in the way in the form of defensive fullback. I recently acquired Zukanovic, who is, what's he, 188, knuckle shot in the left defensive fullback. So registered centre back though. But that defensive fullback playing style, like I say, is one I really like. Oh, this is Guido. Oh, lovely Guido. Lovely. And I think that's his third goal in something like 4 games for me. A wee curl around the keeper. There's Tim engineering the move. Exchange with Titania, with Pizarro, and then Guido. Oof. That'll do. By no means a pure worldie or anything, but there's Titania getting an assist again. A straightforward enough finish for a guy who, when I was coming in there, I thought he's not got this in him. That was proved wrong. So the change has had an impact. It's whether I can apply that to the defence, whether it pays off defensively as well. You can see there's no finish with it. A wee bit in the way of flappy play there. But this is what they've got to look out for. Tim, the Papu.
Saul.
Right, Guido, you're a wee bit out of position there, pal. Charging with Mandzukic, charging with Pitania, get those forwards working.
This defence is wary about opposition pace. They're just not getting too tight. They know that if they step up, they'll keep.
Free kick. That'll do. So very much playing for the result here. I'll make no bones about that. I want a win. And build up some momentum. So I'm going to change from kick taker here nonetheless. I'm going to, even though you don't get the option to do the one. Right, where is he? Where is he? Where's Mario? I'll try and get some. There's a tarpy here. Oh, we might get there. He does, you know. Oh, he nearly feeds Pitania in there, Mandzukic.
Thiago Silva.
What do you think? There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Play Gomez. Gomez has been excellent since he's moved out to that wide right position, I think.
Upset the opposition. He already has, actually.
Oh, Mario. To Pitania. And there he is again, Guido Pizarro. You know what, anchorman centre midfield, he does a fair bit of running. Gets involved in the play, that's more to do with my formation. His playing style.
Tries a through ball. He's got away.
Well, he was thinking about headlines, I'm sure, but he ought to focus more on breaking lines.
It is only 1-0. I've got one sub left. Pizarro's played well. Has Gomez run his race? Yeah. So Fernandez comes on. And this is where I'll make the wee drop here. And give that license a little bit more to Meza. Meza. Oh, there you go.
Rushed off the ball there. Forward it goes. Forward early in the second half. Gives them a
Oh, I don't like when I get caught like that.
Looking to force his way through.
No play, Gustavo.
Napoli are actually displaying tremendous
That'll do,
fighting
folks.
spirit. There's a real belief that they can still have a say.
One thing Mandzukic can do when on form is hold off a challenge.
Puts it back.
Maybe less so Ignacio. Although he has got that
Dyer.
skill set. Sorry, that was Saul actually. A wee bit disappointed to see him get shoved off too easily there.
Chip through.
Oh, problems.
To get on the end of this.
Oh, that's fallen to him. Oh,
Really should have hit the net.
His radar picked up on that.
sloppy at the back there.
And he was supposed to
You'll get that with Tim sometimes, unfortunately.
This is not a test of faith.
It's just that if he's not winning the challenge, it can be a bit. It can be difficult to control, quite frankly. He's just a big unit, big mass. You miss with that tackle, his momentum's going to carry him through.
This is not a test of faith.
There's Patania, the target man here.
Test of faith.
Doesn't have that heading ability and it shows. Oh, they're coming through, folks. And we get a free kick here. And do you know what I've noticed? That's not the case here, I don't think. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, as he's died. This is... I nearly go off his neck. There we go. So I've seen that a fair bit since that live update on Thursday. I've had 4 instances from memory, and there's probably been more, where the comms tried to dive. It's one a penalty against me where I dive. It's 1 free kicks, and it is coming at these stages in the match. And it's unsettling, as you can see here. Oof.
Great ball to play him in.
Right, okay.
Well,
Just
there
having
are a
that
few
one
pockets
goal
of space that are
edge
being
in this match.
exploited,
It's just
and
a
they
sticker
need
plus.
filling, and fast.
Raheem Sterling's
The
a
change
pain in the
here.
arse, isn't he?
Well, his stamina was called into question, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the effort he put in. He was very willing, though.
This is Louis XIV. God killed the Queen.
They seem to have lost their sense of direction. It should be higher up the pitch.
Basically a bit of dudes singing about
Need to give it everything they have.
fucking some women to use them. Devour them.
Plays a clever pass. Timely intervention.
Good play, play it out. 1-0, that'll do.
It flew by, and in the end, it all came down to just the odd goal. Well, this
The Jags are heading up the difficulty charts.
They're up their game in the end, and I thought they got what they deserved. Before we go, many thanks to Jim Bedlin for his input, and from us both, good afternoon.
Oh, where I'm going. I do like Guido. Nice little exchange there. Tanya with the assist. Nonsensical camera angle selection for the replay there. Similar camera, other side of the goal. Would have been sweet. This is a favourite of mine from the Sex Pistols called I Wanna Be Me. Hervey being a wee asshole at the end there, nearly grabbing a goal. Default shiter trying to get on the score sheet on me. Sterling being a diving prick, nearly breaking his neck. That's what happens. And he also gives me a mild heart attack here at the end. But it finishes. it finishes. Again, it's 2 fouls. It's not enough, but there's 2 fouls in the game. Not a lot in the way of crosses. Keepers not really called into action there either. Look at the shots as well. At a premium, you know. I was on target with both my efforts. I could have played far better there. The weather just... rain can throw me off in this game, and I quite like that that's the case. It's something to deal with. A decent wee side they put up against me there, I like that. You know, maybe the exception of Hervey. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe a powerful centre forward, just a more technically capable centre forward, proficient centre forward might have seen that gameplay somewhat differently. There we go. I love that tune. Right, going for a quick, very quick break. I'll be back in a sec. Well, I'm back. Just a quick post I want to make here. So yeah, a little bit quiet here, sorry folks, just quickly. Just one of the boards I like to frequent. A couple of, how shall we put it? You can't always say like-minded players, you don't know if they play exactly, they've got the same mindset as you, but they go in with the same, I would say, level of enthusiasm and yeah, just like to approach the game and appreciate what the game is doing. So I'm actually moved up to top player stronger. This is when it could get interesting. So yeah, actually just looking at a couple of the comments on this thread. Well, I see Shaw sent out an invite into a room for DVC for the Call It Co-op Challenge. I'd like to get involved, man. So let's just see what we've got. Again, I do like doing this sometimes. So I posted up a goal in this community. Thank you, DVC. It's another one of those goals that players like myself, DVC, Shaw can maybe look at and go, ah, you know what I mean, crack of the hat. You take that elsewhere, you'll get told it's fucking unrealistic and all that other bullshit, but we won't go over that again. I've also got Shaw saying how his mate are smashing people left, right and centre in the co-op challenge. Good to hear. 18 wins out of 20. 2 were lost on account of lag. He then goes on to comment about how him and his mate just match up so well. Isn't that nice? I think there was a co-op PES League, Shaw. I'm sure that was what was getting streamed late last night actually by them. Load of special trainers. That's why I need to just jump onto co-op. I done it a couple of games last night, but like I said, if you lose you get 1,000. If you get the squad thing there, and you know it props up now and then, but I need to do that. Need to do it more. I've got comments from DVC. He's saying he's constantly been paired with retards in this game. Or one human with 2 comms. One human with 2 comms. I spoke about that earlier, DVC. It's bullshit, man. Because it is just stacked, I feel, heavily in the single player's favour. Because I actually observed and I seen it for myself last night, and it's ridiculous. That one human player with the 2 comm teammates just runs about and calls for the ball into space and he gets it. Dribble and shoot from pointless angles, distances. Yeah, this is co-op, innit? Co-op is... Oof. It's another one of those Wild West ones. I remember playing one of the earlier co-op challenges and it was just, you know, it was one of these ones, it was 3 games to get 3 spins and I was determined to get it. And in the final of one of the matches, the guy who had control, I mean I think everybody does, but this guy was just using, see the D-pad to push the line up all the time. Every single kick out he's pushing the line up thinking he was closing it and tightening it up, and he wasn't. It's co-op, man. It's just giving opposition meadows to run into, and it just doesn't click. You can always tell the type's 2 an avatar with bright green hair doing the troll smiley face. Yep, you just know you're in for another interesting game when you see that. Agreed. Hopefully for 2019 I'd like to see 3v3 modes being restricted to 6 human players. Yeah, and for them to be probably, I would say, mate, also more functionality with co-op. They can maybe allow, I don't know. I've not explored that enough. Is 2v2 an option? You know, 2v2 being a thing. What these folk told me, I'm like, I've got 39,000 GP. I've got 2,610 and loving it. Yes, we operate in a tight budget here at New Maryhill. That latest victory would pay another contract, or should I just do something a little bit more wild card? I'm just having a look at my scout options here. So have a look at it here. So the reason I buy so many scout slots is for this reason: holding up 5-star scouts, and to some degree 4-star scouts, just holding them. and seeing what combos I can get and just kind of exploring that. I've got a Real Sociedad scout because there's a guy called Aritz Elizondo who is a defensive fullback, albeit more of a short ass, but he has pinpoint crossing as a player skill. And I've also got Boyleson on the left hand side who's kind of developing up, who has the pinpoint crossing player skill, also defensive minded fullback. So I'm kind of dithering over whether to go for him. Although Roncalia is another desirable target there. And as you can see, there's just a couple of crappy wee 1-star scouts, which I'm just going to use the now actually. I say crappy wee, I mean I suppose there's combos I could use and get myself a wee gem out of them, but I've not got the patience for it now. And the squad's nearly capped. See, that's best white ball player in the game. Zimopoulos is a left-footed centre-back who unfortunately is being converted to trainer. So he's going into Zekanovic. Next we will spin the English League 1-star. End up with a Scotsman playing in the lower leagues. If I get Liam Lindsay, I would keep him, I think. Just experiment. Former Thistle player. So, Dozel, 18-year-old attacking midfielder. Looks as though where he would grow considerably would be in his pace, so he'd be electric. 1.81, so decent bulk to him. However, again, he's just converted to trainer and possibly just chucking him on Diaguito. We'll see. Wee bit of on training then. So, first of all, Zekanovic, where are you? There you are there. Trainer. Will I get nice boosts? Well, we get 460. That'll do. Takes him up a couple of levels. And I said, who else? I'll get an EMF. Now I'm playing Pizarro obviously a lot. I don't think an EMF is going to level me up one with him. Looking elsewhere, I see that this guy could get leveled up, but I'm not in that phase at the moment. I really need to get a little bit more commitment onto my, what would be my first teamers. Oh, here's another wee acquisition I got in a GP one. Sapanara. Seems to play, what do you call it? Seems to play right mid all right. However, trainer on Diaguito, as I look at the comments I've got. He is unreal. My issue is, sure, it's just that black belt. I suppose they are, aren't they? It's just that black ball cost, mate. I just, too many of them carries me into that 4-star territory, and to be honest with you, I believe in my formation anyway, I'd struggle to fit him. Because I think the centre, he would just be too, centre and midfield would be a little bit too lightweight, and on the flanks maybe not got the pace that I desire, although it's not all about that, well, pace and power really, but really I suppose with a player like Silva it's just him working, trying to work with spaces and stuff, using his distribution. There's a couple of these dudes I should really be converting to trainer, I think, in time. Odegaard I know turns into an absolute beast. I know dead DVCs get him. can I really justify keeping him? Along with Zapanara. The reason I've kept Zapanara is the Italian thing. You know, I could probably put together a pretty much a, I think I was saying in one of the boards yesterday, I could probably put together a Serie A squad, old school, with a 3 foreigner rule. I might have enough in there to do that. It's something I'm kind of toying with over time. That's why I've got guys like Zari kept back, who actually played a couple of belting performances for me in VCOM. I think it was last weekend. Have I acquired anyone else recently? Yeah, there's just a lot that could probably be sacrificed now. I mean, Vidmar, I've not done his contract for moons. But looking pesty, I look at his stats and now he looks kind of good. I look at how he develops, it looks pretty good. But I just don't know, man. I think I'm going to need to do some trimming because it looks like I'm some way away yet from getting enough GP to buy more player slots. So a couple of trainers used, and I'm going to try a top player stronger match. But yeah, I just to speak to that comment there, sure. Yeah, I mean, I just can't be bothered with 4-star. I actually accidentally set up a 4-star squad into even see just a sim match, and it was a joke. Sim matches are frustrating anyway. I hardly ever play them, but I think I was jumping over to the shop and I thought I'll leave a game run and see if I get some GP from it. Came back, was 3-0 down at half time, and it's just because I'm trying to pick that nice wee neat 3-star squad. But then I think I picked Buffon, stuck him in goal, it took it to 1902 or something, and that was at 4-star, and that was me. Black ball and gold ball combo teams just getting fucked over. They need to look at that. They do. There's just something missing with this whole team strength thing. Thankfully the 3-star thing tends to work, but just a little bit more. A little bit more thought and consideration as to what should be 4 and 5-star. Because currently I think 5-star means you have a squad full of black ball players just about. Now, make that 6-star or something then, I don't know. Like the old days when you used to get the 6-star skill level difficulty. Copy that. Looking at my next match then. Right, Petagna and Mandzukic worked. That kind of got me the result in that second half of that previous encounter. A wee bit of tiring showing in some of the lads here, so let's see. I think I might bring on... give Pizarro a wee rest, and therefore get... who? It's between Bentancur and Gagliardini, who I'm really starting to like. Thought he was cracking against England when he came on. Really did. Thought he was brilliant. Bit of a game changer. Could I therefore afford Ignacio a wee starting berth? I know it's odd. I say he's my favourite centre midfielder, and I don't. You know, I'm kind of careful as to when to use him. It's just I know I'm going into a top player stronger match here, so it means probably some solidity in the middle of the park. Saul and Gagliardini offer that, and what's even better is Saul left foot, Gagliardini right foot. Looking at the wide men, they could be inversed. Should I get Yarmy on the plane? The answer there is yes. Yarmy can do a lot for you. Even if you just need to chuck him on as an auxiliary forward or support striker, he can do all right. He's just got the frame and stuff to be a bit of a bother, but Metza on one side, Yarmy on the other is good. Maybe I will start therefore with Yarmolenko, or hope to start with Yarmolenko. Stamina recovery on Saul. I'll need to start watching the stamina recoveries again. I think defensive line was alright in that last game, a little bit. It had its moments, but seemed to hold out okay. And honestly, folks, get yourselves big tittin'. Get them. Just get them. Just get in touch with Palace. I get in touch in the Scout auction house, the scouting boys, and just say, listen man, I've been told this guy's the real deal. Curdstar said it. And they'll sort it out for you. I'm talking shite again! Right. With that, try and get some tunage. Shaw. Nestorovsky, 4 goals on his debut. Lulic, couple of assists. Loving it. It's Yankov needs a load of levelling up before he's good, to be honest, but I'll keep plugging away. Miki is magic for running through the middle of the pitch. Liking what I'm hearing there, Shaw. Liking what I'm hearing. And trust me, see that bronze baller, you should start to see something from him eventually. It tends to happen in this game. It's just one game and you're like that. Fuck me, that's what it's all about. That's what happened to me with Zaza. I know it's a higher level player, but Zaza, I was like, right, how did I get this guy working in this fucking team? And it was just, I actually played against a guy who had him. And I thought, right, okay, I need to try and look at that when using him. And it was just, it just took off from there. So here we go, folks. Gamers FC. Allison, Jardel, Phil Jones, Andre Almeida. So he's got a defensive fullback. Andre Almeida is a cool player in this. You see him kicking about a lot. Dani Alves, Nemanja Matic, Marcos Llorente, Geis, Kylian Mbappe, Sadio Mane, and Big Edison. So general settings to get that 32 patchering in the action. Game plan. Right, so very subtle change here. I will go in with the 4-4-2. So these are just wee touches up of the formation. Ugh. Right. Centre forward. Tanya can come in as well. Drop the line back a wee bit. Eventually I think I'm going to be able to get in a place where if I've got a strong enough squad I don't need to do too much in the way of a line drop. But I think I need to. Certainly with this manager. Nicola plays a very high defensive line by nature, so it's about trying to kind of even that out. Out of the 2 centre midfielders, I always like to kind of drop one a little bit deeper back. Gagliardini, definitely a more, maybe a little bit more physical than Saul, even though it doesn't suggest as such. Certainly feels that way. I think though Saul just has the edge on him there. Should I set defensive therefore on Saul as well? I think I will. As you can see, I've been using tiki-taka in these games. That's based on advice for, is it Daniel? Who says that because of my manager's counter-attacking setup, tiki-taka should stop, should see movement a little bit more stilted, not just wild runs forward. It's been working okay. Defensively in this match again, 2 mighty quick. Oh, he's got a level 40 Mbappe and a fucking, what's that, 37 Mane. It's a good squad. It's a good squad. Now Mandzukic has track back as a skill, so I don't think I need to assign a man marking job. I could. What I'll do is, just for the purposes of experimentation I suppose, is try it without see how he behaves. And we'll go from there. Damn it. Right. As soon as I get to pause this arm, I'm just going to jump up and get myself a wee adult beverage.
Just waiting for the players to emerge, and we will be.
It's a bank holiday weekend, isn't it?
And this is Jim
Perfect.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Back again. I forgot some tunes, didn't I? Right, next tune is one of the very few tunes I like from Kasabian, called Reason is Treason.
So it's down to business here. What do you think this turns on, Jim?
I would think the midfield giant Nemanja Matic. He can play as a third centre-back in front of that defence in constructive or drive his team forward with his constructive passing. I think he's a dream midfielder.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him.
So VCOM against top player.
The ball through. Well defended.
This is where it gets interesting. Or annoying. Oof, good save. There's a Bud Light I'm having. Can of Bud Light. And what I've noticed is I bought 4 beers last night. I had 2 beers last night over the course of something like 4 hours. I can make a can of beer last for ages recently. And Bud Light would not normally be my beer of choice, but the local shop is not the best. So Acuna, one Marcos. We tuck inside there, there we go! Golazo! Ooh! Strange ball flight, is that a corner? Aye. That low centre of gravity. Wow, I don't know about goal saving, but yes, indeed, shot Bud Light, I know. I'd normally be one for a... Oh, just by. I'd normally be one for an IP, what do you call it? Some Brewdog. I also like some Japanese beers. Don't know if you've seen it, the Sapporo with a big massive and crushable can. I like that. Let's see, I'm not much of a drinker these days. I've actually got a wee nip of whiskey there, a wee miniature I could probably have to toast Easter Sunday, but I can't do that later.
Well, when you have the personnel to create in wide areas, then they need to see as much of the ball as possible.
Just not much of a drinker. But I Bud Light. And do you know what? I don't know if you've noticed this, Shaw. I mean, I know you're not always in the UK. You see when they brought it out again? They're like that for the first time ever in the UK. What a load of bullshit. It's been fucking... It was out years ago. It was in the 90s. And it was a silver label it had. And it was called Bud Light. They're talking utter garbage, man. But I like a lot of Brewdog stuff. One I've been trying recently was Elvis Juice. I like that. Ones I've not seen so much. Oh, fuck off. Ones I've not seen around so much recently is 5am Saint. Punk IPA is good though.
great skill and composure from him. He finished with such a flow.
Well, guys with a commanding fucking finish this. Thump. Say goodbye, but I don't feel like could you lose to the season? Say goodbye to you. Come on, say goodbye. That story about this tune in an old flat. My girlfriend at the time was away for the weekend. And this may explain why I don't drink too much anymore. Went out with a few of my mates. And it was one of those nights where it was just a pub night. It kind of wrapped up and it was like back to 9 or whatever. I can't remember what's happening, folk working or maybe the next day. But I got up the road kind of a bit fucking smashed. And stick on my Russian T-30 tank commander's hat, take my top off, stick on These in the Trees and start singing it really, really loudly, and then the next thing you know, the door goes, it's the downstairs neighbour, like that. Fair enough, you get passion for it, you know what I mean? They were quite decent neighbours, they're quite chilled out. They're Buddhists, guys like, listen, fair enough, you're actually singing it alright, but it's too late at night for this, you must know that, and that. You know what I mean? Music really gets me. I've had a few. And it doesn't just extend to the listening of it. I get very passionate in my conversations about music, which was evident in a recent works night out, shall we say.
Probably tried a bit too hard then. He should have played technique as opposed to power.
This is Eels and Prize Fighter. Another one of these tunes I've came across thanks to a video game music soundtrack. It was on Driver San Francisco's soundtrack, and that's a really good soundtrack. Trying the wrong move there, mate. If there's one thing I do like about some of the VAI playing this is that, you know, the pace can be a little bit realism, I suppose, realistic, I don't know, but Mario. Oh! He's not exploded into life like I'd hope he would since levelling up to 86. I'm sure it'll come. I do think there is a kind of hidden cooling off of players. I think that tactical link stuff and all that is true, but I don't think it's always tells you that, here he goes again, no, he's getting through it. It's just that first touch, he's fucking up with him, man. I've scored some cracking goals with Mandzukic in this, so. Very Mandzukic-y goals, and I'm not talking about that, I'm not referring to, alright, scoring worldly acrobatics with them. I know that's not all Mario's game's all about. Tireless worker for Juventus. And this is the Sonics, Have Love Will Travel. Another genre I really like is that kind of 60s garage punk genre. A lot of the American stuff. Used to wade through a lot of compilations that were called Nuggets compilations, so it was like kind of another way of referring to it is not even one hit wonders, just like these compilations, and it would just be full of all this United States garage and psych stuff for the 60s. It wasn't like kind of commercial. You just wade through it all, man, just looking for riffs and stuff, cracking. Love that stuff. That's why I like a lot of Northern Soul and stuff. Stuff from the sort of northern, using a lot of Northern Soul nights. why I do still explore a lot of Motown and Stax, a lot of the Wall of Sound, Phil Spector stuff. Some of it's very familiar, but you kind of listen back to a lot of that stuff and you just, there's a wee edge, you know, might not be a lyrical edge, but just the performance, you know. It was pop music, but it was performed, you know what I mean? That was especially the case of Motown. You know, it was session musicians, and we could talk about that, but it was session musicians making those sounds, do you know what I mean? It wasn't like some guy with a mixing board just fucking around and churning some shite out for fucking God knows who to sing over, do you know what I mean? Proper craft. And the other thing about Motown is, easy to forget, that's working class music. It is. Detroit, Michigan. I think it was Berry Gordy who actually worked on the, obviously Michigan had a history of having a lot in the way of car manufacturing, big industries, big factory industries, and that's where a lot of these guys hailed from. So they had a work ethic as well, and don't get me wrong, they were fucking a bit C-unity as well with it, but it's a cracking documentary. It's actually a BBC produced one, and it's about the Michigan music scene, and I'd strongly recommend it to any music fan. You'll find it easy enough with a research. The name of it escapes me, but it covers everything. Covers MC5, covers the Stooges, covers Motown, goes into White Stripes. Where it doesn't touch on, and I think it's a little bit criminal that it doesn't offer a nod to the techno scene, which is very much a Detroit thing. When you consider Juan Atkins, Derek May, Kevin Saunderson, and of course Jeff Mills, Mad Mike, Underground Resistance. Fucking love Underground Resistance as well. It's got a song called Transition, which is extraordinary techno, that kind of inspiring techno. Not having much joy here, folks. Time for maybe some tactical alterations. I'm going to take off the attacking instructions. If I can leave tiki-taka on, I'll take the defensive instruction off of, what do you call them? So I'll try and get him pushed up the park a bit more. I'll tell you what, Pitania, I mean, he's been lucky there, but he's making these runs that are just, it's irresistible to try and pick out with. That's got to be yours as well, mate. But Mario's let me down a wee bit here, I'm not being happy with him. This is where he can shine. Cutting in. And there we go, left foot Pitania. Mandzukic with the setup. And this is at Subways. Oh yeah. Love the drumming in this track. Especially in the chorus. I know this bit. Very simple, but just effective, man. And I believe that guy only uses a very similar size kit to, you know, just the standard. Is it three-piece? Something that Rennie did as well. Seen you listen to a lot of Stone Roses stuff. It's hard to believe that he recorded a lot of that with a small kit, man. Oof, Pitania nearly getting me into a 2-1 lead there.
This defence is wary about opposition.
This is Blondie one way or another.
They know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot this game.
Loose ball. Traffic goes up and over.
Play it out the back, lads. I'll do it. Yeah, mate. Oh, he nearly got it there as well.
Ruffled a few feathers. Well dealt with. Cavani with the ball through.
No played Acuna. That's why I like that kind of wing back instruction. You get yourself a wide midfielder with some defensive chops. You get that good cover when using wing back. Or indeed a right back who can play at right midfield. Good example of that being Dani Alves. And there's a whole host of defensive right backs. It seems a lot of them just can function in the
This game could yet yield a winner.
roles. Mixed results with some, but in some it's not always a primary position that they can operate in. I'm slowing this down a bit here. So we get Tim involved with the build up here. We can. We cross. Mandzukic. Fuck. I've done alright against this strength of squad right here. Alright. Nothing outstanding. But I do like that. See, with the defensive fullback, I can just give that instruction to them, just go, right, you overlap now. Whereas I found it last night, I played against a VCOM match and I had Danny Carvajal and he's just bombing on forward of his own accord, and I'm like, no, I just don't want you doing this. I think there are times when it can be helpful, but I just want that control. Here's Pitania, and he set up Mario. Oh, he's just not having any luck here, Mario, in front of goal. Pitania. Tell you what, this guy just goes in with some. He wins the ball high up the park, this guy. There's again. Probably should have made subs in this match. A little bit kind of distracted there. Comment or thing, but I don't mind that, you know. I say this now. It's not playing that well. Right, that's a draw there, isn't it? And this might explain a lot of my GP woes, you know what I mean? I'm fielding squads that might get me. Hold on. So this song's called I Want a Snake by Awesome Snakes. It's a concept album by... Hold on. All that is a bass guitar and drums. That's all it is. It's a high tune bass. Fucking amazing tune. Music's magic in it. You know, I first heard that and I was a little bit untrained in a year to it. I was like, this is a 4-piece or something, innit? Then I looked up on YouTube and it's just it's a live performance of it. And it is, it's just a guy, I think the dude singing's a drummer and it's a lassie, just with the bass. Tuned a certain way, getting a wee bit of, you know, kick back off it. Fucking great. Next one's another American group, more for the noughties. Raging in the Plague Age by Les Savy Fab. Do I like bass like that? That's a decent match actually. I definitely do need to do more streams with online matches. Probably need to increase the tempo a little bit. But says Shaw's good for watching that. He knows what he wants to do with his squad. Good understanding of his formation and his personnel. So he could he could easily try and get nearly 5 games in an hour, but I can get 2. I don't know. We've all got our different paces and styles, but I do have to say, I have to give a shout out to Shaw again. A big inspiration for me wanting to do this myself. I just remember one night he's like, I'm streaming this, and it's like, streaming, eh? I know you could do it. I thought, right, I want to do it. I like the idea he's got some tunes playing in the background actually. Could nick that from him a wee bit and have my own angle with both how I'm playing it, you know, not so much how I play the game on the pitch, but you know, regards to the content I'd want to kind of produce and put out relating to the game, and just general comment and just general chit chat. But I strongly recommend checking out Shaw's channel. Good player. So looking back on that, I think a lack of subs might have cost me a wee victory there. A couple of changes could have been made. You know what, Mario at 6,029 XP to the next level up, that's not that much. You know, certainly if you get the GP on your side and you do a couple of random spins and a forward and land a left-footed fox in the box, a right-footed fox in the box, pump into Mario, you should get some decent kickback on that. And that's what it feels at the moment, you know. I mean, certainly that's probably where I have to be at the moment, you know, working with the squad I've got. So you'll know this one surely. Jumping Jack Flash by the Rolling Stones. Just take a wee breather here between matches, folks. God, it's 8:20, man. The fuck? Fuck it. Just gonna spin the scout I got there and just chuck it on someone. So what I'm thinking is, is that? He's probably one of these guys that will level up quite the thing. Can be up to trainer though, buddy. So my thinking is, apparently that stream last night, you know, if you've done the whole link up thing, you get the scout on the 19th. That has me believe that Diego Maradona is going to be a legend agent available that week. When is the 19th? It's a Thursday. So, yeah. If that all goes through, then we're talking the scout dropping in on probably what I would think would be the same days they're going to do a Legends campaign on, that will either be Maradona and a couple others that are existing, maybe a Maradona and a couple of Italian legends. Just a kind of wee Serie A theme, so you could have your Hulic, Maldinis and all the Inter legends so far, Del Piero, Nedved. Stick them all in the pool, man. Or, and I know this is the fact, but I mean, I don't know if it's the fact that week. There's more to come with legends. We already know Socrates is going to be coming. That's a certainty. There's been some people searching about the database files and the files and stuff, and it seems as though there are others fairly significant names from previous generations whom I think some would actually want to get their hands on. As for regards to next year, PES 2019, the legends thing is going to be around, and what will happen is, or what I think Konami are, what I believe Konami are doing is they're trying to get these club partnerships, because the club partnerships with certain clubs can open the doorway to some access to legends. So that'll be tricky with their current arrangement with the English Premier League, where they're only allowed 2 teams. Whether that can expand on account of signing partnerships, I don't know. We have Valencia as a partner club now. I mean, regards to Valencia legends, as it were, I suppose there's a few they can tap into there. Claudio Lopez comes to mind. And who was the big Almedio Carboni? Remember him? 90s era Champions League player. Italian, played left back for them. He was like 38, 39 year old. And the game looked a piece of piss to him. I mean, he was no worldie, but he just a very, very good left back. I'm probably missing some very obvious ones when it comes to Valencian legends from Valencia. But I mean, again, it's, let's say, just the overall, the strategy there, I believe, will be try and get partnership clubs. See if if there's image rights there for previous generation players. Try and get that all worked out. I think they will continue to make approaches to some of the game's greats who are not necessarily attached to partnerships. So we certainly had one this year. 2 actually. Off the top of my head, this is maybe more I'm missing out, but Maradona and Zico, I think that was negotiations with the States. I believe it was the same with Cruyff, maybe. So plenty more to come there over the next couple of years. This song's called Limousine, Vicarious Bliss. The artist is Vicarious Bliss. It's the only place I can find this track is on Spotify. I don't know where it is. I'm just continuing with this wee breather I'm taking now. What do I want to do with contracts here, folks? See, to renew these, it's going to cost a fortune. I'd love to get the great Gonzalo back in the action. Honestly, seeing that picture there, he looks like my mate Martin. I just need to start calling Martin Gonzalo from now on. Carrasco. Marcos Asensio, just no giving him enough on it. Had him for ages though. I don't know if you were able to see it there, but Gundogan's face there, he just looks like he's in a wee mood. There's a couple on the brink of just expiring and shit, man. It's fucking grim. Sami Khedira. There's a desirable one. There's a guy who had a strange little night last night in that Juve Milan game, was quite frankly appalling up until he created a goal and then killed the game off with his own. I just feel that I maybe should be a striker, another forward option, looking at. I'll go further down the pool here. Kimpembe. Another one that should come back into the fray, maybe Brozovic. Renato Sanchez, another. Witzel's good in this. Even where I've got him now, level 21. Tidy player. I just wonder if that's maybe the way to go. If my substitutes in centre midfield are creative types. Therefore, Luis Gustavo. So he's a maybe actually. So. This is I've Been Watching You by Southside Movement. Sane hardly played him. After all that fucking nonsense about should or shouldn't I land him, I don't really play him. I think it's just where I'm at the moment. But yes, I think Witzel might get himself a wee cheeky contract renewal here. Creative playmaker, centre midfielder with some good physical attributes. It would mean maybe dropping Knockout Ned from the bench for a wee spell. I mean, looking at that, stamina woes aside, an alright wee squad to go into an online match with. Dragani and Gustavo in the middle there, maybe. So I think I will. Time to brave a divisions match. Oh well, I'm saying, I actually thought I was in a worse shape in this division than what I am right now. And what's that? 2 victories and I guarantee myself a place in the division again. Don't know what to expect here though. Okay, so I'm playing against a 7-6-7 Greek. Fuck. An additional fucks offered. No, back to my. The Shelio's not up for it. On the plus side, I can go with the Yarms Metza, red midfield duo. I've got both here, drop the line a little bit. And Mobley's a bothersome centre forward in this. Do I risk a little push out? Right, so default is tiki-taka and I'm going to do tight mark. No, I'm not. It's all the horse shit. I'm doing better back. Now, is this guy a wanker who fucking switches up his formation on you at the last minute? Oh, there you go, mate. Look at what I could do. Ooh, is that scary? That fucking terrifies me because they're out of position again. So I'm going to go to New Orleans here. This is Betty Harris and there's a break in the road. Well, this guy's squad's quite interesting.
Warmest welcomes to all of you around the globe. We're just about ready to get going.
Command, very low.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Begley.
Okay, let's see what we get here, eh?
It is one of the occasions in this part of the football universe. A match between sides of similar might and stature, and one which neither dares to lose. Already we're underway here.
As consistency goes, Peter, you won't find many better than Michael's here.
Bloody Luis Gustavo, centre back.
And he plays a crucial role in central midfield, mainly defensive, but...
I mean, see the thing is, I'm engaging that run and I need to be more mindful of it. That if I use the run, use him quicker so that he's not always powering up right through the middle like that. Shitehousery with the passing there. And the lag's kicking in as well. I just wonder. This is where you start to wonder. Just some opponents I face in this game. Unfortunately, it can be around about this level rating where it's like I play against these guys, I start getting a little bit of joy with my passing movement, and suddenly, oh, it's lagging, which is probably a good way to counter unfairly somebody who likes to knock the ball about.
Well read, he sorted that out.
Big switcher there. That's why I like Luis Gustavo's left foot. So he thinks He thinks I don't know what I'm doing. I do. Whether I execute it to perfection is another matter entirely, but I know what I'm trying to do here. This is Depart by College. Fucking love this band. French electro. I've got Yarmolenko in the wrong line. Fucking hate that shit, man. Just forgetful nonsense that costs you a goal. Or can easily cost you a goal. For a pink. Oh, Mario, he's just not getting it down, is he? I think that's a really rubbish little response animation. That wee hands in the head. They do a wee dance that looks like it looks stupid. Right, this is a mess. What am I doing here, man? Had Yarmolenko support striker, don't get me wrong, he can play there, but he's dipped into game plan. You know, it's that to feel a wee bitty sluggish there.
And it's hoisted clear. It's Mandzukic. Andre Almeida. Good run down the right. Look at this lead. Yarmolenko looking for options.
Yarmolenko, oh fuck!
He hits it. A great save, real class.
Well, that was high class.
He build up ahead of staying with Yarmolenko, and that is one powerful run on this game. Not been playing enough online, I feel a wee bit fragile here. My defensive game, something slightly off with it. Just getting evidence here. Thing is, I should be spotting that, man. It's the fucking... It's the cutting bullshit, isn't it?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
It's a brilliant interception.
And it's Gomez.
Deftly done. Saul.
Again, he just nips in there.
Aimed long and direct. Definitely brings the first half to a close. There we are. As they go for half-time, we did indeed come in the first half. There has only been that one goal.
This is lifelike with So Electric. It's another sort of French touch house electro type DJ producer. Pardon me. So Tiki Taka getting abandoned here. in a few more minutes it will be the
That's Gomez.
And he's shown him a clean pair of big chance. Good stop. Wasn't easy.
The keeper really took out his defence there. Magnificent effort. They've come out of the dressing room firing on all cylinders now. We couldn't look at quite a second half of it. Sorry. Gomez.
Driving on now. What can they conjure from here? Looks to thread it through.
find something that was
He's out on the left.
Yarmolenko
Great challenge.
goes looking.
And Kukoc. He's put away. Gomez. Yarmolenko. That has put pace to that. Looks to slip it through. Here comes another.
oh fuck off
Ball pass.
fucking bullet header man
Carney.
this looks like one that's going to go against me.
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
There you go, you wee fucking smart ass.
Going through. Ayu's cross.
Cashilio heaves it forward. Gomez.
Thought they needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. That's Immobile. He goes long. Look towards the front end.
Oh, piss off. See, this is when the game feels as though it's conspiring against you. I was just pointing up there and he's picked a forward pass for me. I get it round you. But the army catching him a topper there. Right, so changes a hooligan. Patania on. Ignacio on. Creative Spark and Witzel on. All subs made. Just need to go for it. Right, Patania, this is your moment here, pal. So you getting about him? Lucky. So a cut inside for Ignacio with a one to left foot, cross for a target man. That's what I'm looking for now here. Oh, fuck off, you knob. Fucking pause piss.
Good steal, he's just read it. Looks like a good ball through. And it's been taken straight back.
Oh, you're kidding me on!
Gets it away. The ball's come loose and the chase is on.
Down and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He's not going to reach it, is he?
Tries a through ball.
Panathinaikos are clearly looking to kill this game off. It's keeping the ball away from the other end too.
Oh!
It's anyone's. It's come back out.
I should have equalised in this game. It's inexcusable. Right, Ignacio, come on, a good delivery here, mate. please. Oh, it's just fucking bullshit. Look at these saves, man.
He's got good distance. Who's chasing?
Sticking me over.
Subtlety has gone out of the window.
Fuck that, man.
The lead stays intact. Just.
That was extremely good focus from the
Oh,
keeper.
he's going to get a wee breakaway. Token. Oh, you tried so hard, but look what happened.
Wide. And very well to intervene.
Panathinaikos are looking to make this one safe. They want to reduce the risk.
Now it's Mandzukic. Oh, good interception. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Peter, his body shape was a giveaway before he made the pass, and its obviousness was appreciated.
Now the pass. Now it's Mandzukic. Cut out in the nick of time.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
Good pass on. Damn it. But, do you know what? For a 1-0 victory, defeat against this guy, who apparently is, I don't know, I feel like I should have beaten him. I mean, have a look at this, right?
It has to be cause for genuine worry.
So his goal was a load of fucking shithousery, but whatever. That happens in this game. There's a valid goal in it. I mean, just a wee deflection. Defended well enough, but he's just get the fucking rub of the green there. And I won't have all my fucking chances here. According to this, I had one chance. Now, I hit the post, I had a point blank header with Mandzukic. Oh, I mean, you can't win them all. It was just a frustrating game, to be honest. I do like playing with this level of squad though, Shaw, mate, I have to say. It's a contest, you know what I mean, and he's kind of edged me out there, and I just felt as though the Con was doing some dick moves with my efforts on goal there. Although I have to concede as well, I'm using advanced shooting. If I'm off with it, I'm going to hit posts and stuff at times, but I don't know. That Mandzukic header, I thought that was a goal. But cheers, cheers mate. This is also a lifelike tune called Don't Stop. I do like my house music of a certain type, shall we say. French stuff, Chicago stuff. So 1000 GP, 3-star Asia Scout. Probably should just play VCOM just to clear the contract for the manager extension. So that's just 5,100 GP I won't need to worry about spending. A couple of out of contractors. And Bucky and Rogani, who I've enjoyed, I've liked. Rogani's been alright. Oh, but these GP woes, man. These GP woes. And again, I'm in that situation. It's like, right, do I renew? I'm just going to try and play through this. I'm going to spin the scout. And I might very well wrap it up there for the time being. The intention was actually to have this as a quicker stream and then come back later. It's 5 to 9, man. 5 to 9, and I think I might get myself a wee chicken tikka parvesi this evening, tonight. Let's spin a bit. Oh! Go on, give me a wee white ball, eh? There we go, eh? A white ball keeper. Even a good trainer. He's going to be 96, isn't he? Whoever I apply him to as a keeper. So a quick application of the one trainer into Trap, I think. I used to say I'll be in the home stretch with him, or nearing to that home stretch with him. That will indeed do. Plays one match, you'll get over it to level 29, and then I'm just whatever it takes to get me level 30 then after that, innit? I've got another wee crappy centre forward trainer. Anyone this is worth just chucking on in that role, or should I just apply to somebody who's got like 12 points left before I level up? Let's see. Zakanovic, you see. I'm not going to get 293 from him, rather. Oh, Palomino. Stick it on him. I expect great things from you, trainer. So, a level up on a defender, improving his low pass, his finishing, and his jump. Meh. I don't actually know how good Palomino gets, but he's left-footed. Argentinian. I'm still toying with, you know, if there's two certain squads I could build, certainly a Serie A, old schooly 3 foreigner squad, and I definitely could put together an Argentinian type squad. This is not Thriller by Michael Jackson, it's just a sample from it. It's actually a Gene Farris track called Another Bump in the Night. I actually asked the DJ. DJ was playing this one night. Can't mind where it was. Pretty sure it was the art school. It had just been one of their kind of in-house DJs. And this came on and I thought, is he mixing? Is he just doing a clever bit of mixing with Thriller? Or is it a track? And I went up and asked him, he told me, he's like, no, Gene Farris, Another Bump in the Night. The problem with this version is that on Spotify it's a really quiet, it's a kind of low input, you know, low volume track, if you know what I mean. It's not loud enough. It's still an issue. That's still an issue with some tracks from the past and, you know, even the present. Stuff that's not been touched, not been remastered, or they've not just got the best sample of it, or, you know, the best version of it. I've not got much in the way of volume boosts available to me, unfortunately. Let's pick up a bit. But I think I'm going to wrap up this stream. Thanks to those who watched. Thank you again, Shaw. I might have to start taking heed of your advice here. I might have to start playing David Silva. And God knows after that, this is a wee bit of a rut. A wee bit of a rut I'm in now. Rough with the smooth though. I've had it all my own way too long, I think, really. I do need to hoard GP. It's nice to have a wee pool of sort of, see that kind of 30, certainly a 40 level, just over that 40 level you go, do you know what, I can have 2 spins and still keep some contracts ticking over and it's a workable amount. Just even to get there would be ideal. Fuck up the servers or something, Konami, eh? We always get a payout then, so that'll do good for me. The other good one they did was not the stream before last night's one, it was actually a couple of months ago. And it was just a case of if we can get X amount of viewers, we'll hand out 50,000 GP to every My Club user. And they did it. I could do with that again. And last night at one point I was in a position where I had the GP requirement to get myself Chris Coleman. And what happened was they took him off the fucking list. So that's me denied a 5 at the back alternative to Gary Tano that I was looking at. I'm pissed off about that. As for loan contract players, there's just no need for me to be going down that route. Acuna's on there. Anyone just the off chance that I've got my eye on who's not on the list? Nah. So we shall wrap it up as I read that such and such signed fucking Kroos and Messi and all that. Again, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I want Messi. I think if I got Lionel Messi in this, it'd just be like every single game. Even try to build 4-star squads around him, and there might be a wee bit of fun to that, but I think players like that can be a distraction, to be honest with you. That's why I use Ronaldo so little. I think Ronaldo, I just kind of top up a contract now and then, and if it's, I think what I'm going to do in the future is see if we have any more of these nonsensical online challenge cups that are just, you know, superstar squad central. Just having my Ronaldo in reserve, just going, right, fuck it mate, out you go and do it. Or even, I've got a Lewandowski that's over 30, level 30 and all, so I suppose I could use him. But yes, I'll wrap it up. Maybe try and do some comments and stuff later on PES fan and all that. I can give myself a wee late night if I want, I suppose, so might even stream later, but that's all folks. Thanks for tuning in.